Hey Cryptid Campers, welcome to Cojito's channel. There we go, we got the light on. Welcome to Cojito's Cryptid Cave. Today we're going to be submitting some Cryptid Camp cards to BGS. We are test running this, and this is why this is such a scary submission. I'm going to be 100% with you. This one's probably the biggest submission that makes me nervous. Previously, my most nervous I've ever been was when I sent the serialized Sky Snake from original MetaZoo UFO in. This submission makes me nervous because right now you can't look up Cryptid Camp on Beckett. I've reached out to him a couple months ago, put them in the direction to talk with Cryptid Camp, and now that we're getting ready to start the second Kickstarter, I am super excited to see what happens here. Cryptid Camp's cards have been amazing. The quality control is great. So I'm covering my personal information, but this is our submission, and I put values as much as I could find based on previous sales, or if there's none, I just kind of went with the others. Like, I feel like this Mothman statue may be undervalued for here, but I needed to put something in there, and I just had to. So anyway, so in this order, declared value I have as $3,175 between all the cards. That's raw prices, so there's 6 cards here, and you want to make sure when you're doing your order that you put them in this order. So we know that we got the prototype. Well, here, I think I have them actually lined up this way. So cracking this out, this prototype serialized Mothman out of the CGC slab was horrifying. I've had some times where I slipped with the screwdriver, so I was extremely careful on this one. But the CGC slabs are so much harder to break out of than the PSA ones. So just so you know, so we have. Let's see if we can put this on the list here. It's going to be hard to see either way. So we got our Proto Pack 2 Mothman. Then we have the Frank Frazetta Mothman. Then we got the Mothman statue. Then we have the Proto Pack 1 Fulgurite Cabin, serialized. Then we have our Visions of Mothman, Coromata Mothman, and our Visions of Mothman serialized Night Moth Scale Cloak. What's crazy about this is, while it's very moth heavy, 2 of them were actually pulled from, one was pulled at the Mothman Festival, and one was pulled from a box I bought at the Mothman Festival. So, you have your cards, you have them in penny sleeves, right? Next, you want to put them into semi-rigid card holders. Now, they do not top loaders, which I think is funny because these also load from the top, but you got to be very careful with them. And the best ones I've found are the card saver, because there's actually room to maneuver without risking the damage to the card. The other brand, Ultra Pro, they're too tight, and what I do with those, since when these arrive at the card shop or at the grading service, they cut the side. They don't try and pull your card out. They cut the side, so it's very easy. So if I'm using the Ultra Pro, because I ordered a box of them, didn't realize they were so snug, I'll actually pre-cut the side and then put it face down. And the reason we put them face down is so they remain in the proper order. This one was also very scary to cut out of the cellophane wrapping because it was protected in there. Now it's just on its own, Alright. And like this secret rare. This is the second secret rare Cryptid Camp I've pulled. The other one was the Cupid. But you gotta be super careful with these cards because you're sending them in to get graded. BGS. I want to get a black label so bad. I've only sent in cards that are in really good, what I consider really good shape, or I wanted the subgrades on them. Oh, I don't want to do that work. It's going in upside down. We gotta flip her around real quick. Now we're not even sure if they're going to grade these, but I did put on the Discord that I am going to do a test run. Now this is the what, $35 a card setting, so it's like 20 to 25 days, I think, for return. Okay, so once you have them all sleeved up, I was going to use these. They don't quite cover the whole thing. They don't. I've tried it before. I'm going to use these cardboard pieces I have here, but I need to cut them to make sure that they're just a hair bigger. Now, if you look, these are great size this way. And let's see if we cut it just right, we can just use one set of these. I'm going to double it up just to make sure it's safe. I'm going to pause real quick. Get the scissors is what I was trying to say. These need to be just a little bigger than the cards. So then we will try and cut this right here. Okay, so this will work perfect. Now, of course, I need to grab something else. I'll be right back. All right, so next you are going to write top on the top of the list, your prototype, and bottom. While it may not seem like a big deal to me and you, when these guys are doing their paperwork and they're getting hundreds of orders, thousands of orders, they need to be able to get these done quickly, and they will charge you extra if you do not label top and bottom, or they're not in the right order. So you want to verify that they're in the same order as your paperwork has. Okay. Next we want to, so let me cover this up again. So it says, please print this form and include it with your shipment, right? So what I like to do is fold it up about the same, we'll do it a little smaller, so we'll fold it up this. So let's go ahead and fold it in thirds. I'm going to go off camera so I don't accidentally flash my address on there. Okay, so now I have the submission information right on top. Now I like putting this on the bottom side because I am covering where I wrote bottom, but I'd rather than be able to see where it's the top. Rubber band around. The point of rubber banding around is, one, obviously to make sure that they're somewhat secure, and two, to make sure that the cards don't slip out. Okay, and they're still legible. You can see top, got our paperwork on the bottom. Okay, now I'm using this little box from an order that from something I ordered. I usually use a 6x6x6 box from Walmart. Now this fits in there. You obviously don't want to ship it like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it in one of these bags. To give some padding. Now I've never had a bad experience with. Yeah, I'm going to turn this the other way because apparently it's being a pain to slide down in there. So I'm going to put it down there to give it a little padding in here, right? I'm going to put it in the box. Now nothing's going to happen to that, right? It's pretty solid, but I do like to throw some extra stuff in there. So I'm going to grab some of the paper. I'll be right back. All right, so usually I have a lot of shipping stuff. I keep some stuff in there, but I'm actually out right now. So a little bit of newspaper on either end. Just enough to give it a little equal padding. And on top of that, it helps make the box just a little bit more rigid. Right? So at the end of the day, these cards, you're not grading cards just for the fun of it. You want to make sure that they get the best possible grade. You don't want to send something that could have been a 10 and now has, now becomes a 3 because you let it get smashed during delivery. Alright, so after that, we're going to pull this table. Whatever, well, it doesn't matter. I'll leave that on there for where I had the shipping label. Then we need to weigh our package so we can get the proper shipping. So it's in ounces. We're going to put this box on here, and it's coming out to 5.8 8 2 ounces. So we'll do half a pound, 8 ounces. When you put the label and you tape it, you're still going to be underneath it, but I'd rather have a little bit more. So I'm going to go print up the label real quick and I'll be right back. All right, so now that I ordered the label, I got to wait until after I'm done filming this video because I got to use my phone to connect to my label printer. But then we want to tape up the box, which is going to require the use of my tape gun, which I'm currently trying to locate after moving a whole bunch of stuff everywhere. So give me 1 second again. All right, so when you're taping your box, I over tape it because I don't want there to be any kind of leaks or any kind of issues, okay? I don't want water getting in. I got expensive cards in there that I want to make sure are protected. But on top of that, once I put my label on, I will also cover that in tape as well. Now, once you're done packaging your shipment, right? Once you're done covering it, taping it, securing it, when you get to the post office to deliver your package, or to ship your package out, I mean, you also want to make sure that you get a receipt. And the reason being is, and this is from the post office themselves, I brought two packages in one time, and while they did get them, I couldn't follow it, even though I printed the labels up on Shippo and I had the tracking numbers and everything. Nothing was coming up. There was no update. Somehow it got lost in the mail, but it made it to where it was going on time and everything. But they had no record. They're like, no, you must not have turned it in to us because it gets shipped multiple times throughout the process. If it was never put in the system, there could have been an error or something. But I never got confirmation the whole time until it got to CGC. It was actually when I was grading my Disney 100 SID card. But now that this is all taped up, ready to go, all I need to do is slap my label on it, take it to the post office, and ship it out. So that's the process of shipping out. And we're going to find out if Beckett is going to grade Cryptid Camp, and they are getting a really nice order to start their Cryptid Camp grading. So that's all I have for you. That's the way I'm shipping it. That's the way I usually ship things, and should be good to go. Obviously, it's 20-25 day turnaround, so sometime in October I should be doing a grade reveal. I don't look at them when they're on the computers. I did the very first time I did grading, but ever since then I want to have these genuine reactions here with you guys. I think that's important, because if you already know that something got a great grade or a horrible grade, then you're sitting there kind of not really having the energy and the excitement for the video. So for you guys and for me, we'll see what the grades are here in about a month. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed.